What is up, guys? This is Andrew with MyWatchAddiction.com, and today we're going to take a look at a Vesuvio from APH Toscano Watches. So when I first saw this Vesuvio model from APH Toscano Watches on social media, I believe it was Instagram, at face value, I really thought it was a really interesting design. So it was something that I knew I was going to want to get my hands on and take a look at. But the more research I did about the company, the more I realized that this Microbrand company really isn't just that surface, here's a watch, you know, we hope you like it, have a good day. This company actually has a little bit of heritage and history behind how this brand came about and how this founder, Andre, how he actually came up with the idea for his Microbrand watch company. Now, Andre, who is historically been a watch collector and a watch lover, had always had a dream of designing his own watch and coming up with his own watch, and that's really what sparked his interest in starting this Microbrand company. Now, the slogan for APH watches is past meets present. Now, to me, that's really important when you look at the history behind the naming behind this watch company. So APH Toscano, APH being the initials of the brand owner, and then Toscano is actually a dedication to his father-in-law who has passed away, you know, basically for his wife. This is a husband and wife team that have, you know, made Andre's dream come true and actually built a gorgeous watch. Now, incidentally, before we get into this, I am going to tell you, although they are based in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the watches they produce are 100% Swiss made. They're manufactured over in Switzerland in a factory for them, and then shipped over or shipped out to all of the watch purchasers. Before we jump into this though, guys, can you do me a favor? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down in the right-hand corner of the screen if you haven't already. And as always, let's take a look and see what's on my wrist. So the watch of the day is that Laco Las Vegas that I received in a few months back. Doesn't get a whole lot of wrist time, but it is still a watch that I'm really enjoying with that 7750 movement in it. That's the Laco Las Vegas. So let's open up this APH Toscano Watches Vesuvio and see what it's all about. So first thing you'll notice, real nice leather covered box. I'm gonna say this might actually even be real leather on this box, with their logo embossed right there in gold right on the top. If we open this guy up, you can see the APH Toscano logo embroidered, not embroidered, but inlaid right on the inside of that box. Then you'll notice it comes on a nice leather pillow. Let me get this guy off this pillow. Incidentally, also inside of this box is a 1-year international warranty card. The one thing I'm going to point out about this warranty card though that kind of caught me off guard is this thing's metal. I mean, like, you could like hurt yourself with this thing. That is kind of cool. The warranty card information on the back. I'll put that guy back in here and actually take a look at this watch. So as we zoom in on this watch a little bit, you'll notice right off the back it's got a really interesting design with that dual crown both at the 6 and 12 o'clock positions. Now these are screw down crowns. The crown at the 12 o'clock position is for setting the date and the time on this watch, while the screw down crown at that 6 o'clock position is actually to be able to manipulate the internal bezel on this watch. Now, you guys may have seen in previous watches that I've reviewed, most recently that Balticus helmet diver with the internal bezel. Internal bezels on dive watches are, to me, kind of interesting because it gives the opportunity to protect that bezel so it's not being turned or bumped in use at all because it's completely protected by that case and that sapphire crystal. Incidentally, this does have a AR coated sapphire crystal. The movement in this watch is a Ronda 715 quartz movement. Now, one of the reasons that Andre selected this quartz movement, or this Ronda 715 Swiss quartz movement, is due to the accuracy with this movement. I believe, if I remember correctly, this movement is accurate within a couple of seconds a month. So his purpose behind it was wanting a watch that was very reliable, very accurate, and would kind of stand the test of time, and in his estimation, similar to what he wants for his watch and his watch brand. If we want to talk about the size of this watch a little bit, the diameter of this watch is actually 43 millimeters with 49 millimeters lug to lug, and then those straps, and this is one thing that I love, those straps are 24 millimeters wide at the lug and then taper down to 22 millimeters at the buckle. Also, this guy is only 13 millimeters thick. Now, while we're on the side here, we're going to talk a little bit about this overall design. One thing that I really like about this watch is the fact that it's not just a really, really plain watch case. You know, there's some engineering time, it looks like, that went into designing just the different effects on this brushed 316L stainless steel case. You can see kind of those, we'll call it a knockout for lack of a better term at the moment, just to give it some style and dimension. Also, something that I find really, really neat is the use of those screws at that, on that side lug. I just think it really gives it a neat appearance. Also, that's a good shot of that completely flat sapphire AR coated crystal that is on this watch. I know a lot of you guys are always interested in case backs as well. This case back actually has their logo engraved right into the case back, and I just think that's a really neat addition. It's not a very basic case back, it's got some style to it. This watch is on a, looks like almost maybe an injection molded silicone strap. The silicone strap is not plasticky or cheap feeling in any shape or form. I bet you once I get this watch on my wrist, this guy is going to be extremely comfortable. And you guys have heard me talk about this before as it related to some of the Vostocks that I've reviewed, and especially on that Swiss military that I reviewed. The lug design for me anyway, just given the size of my wrist, is really important. And the fact that this lug actually bends down and then coupled with that silicone strap, I think this watch is going to be extremely, extremely comfortable on the wrist. Now, this Vesuvio model from APH Toscano Watches is their only model currently, as they are a new microbrand to the market. This guy is actually going for $499 on their website, and their website address, which I'll post up below, is toscanowatch.com. That's toscanowatch.com. Definitely urge you guys, if nothing more, just to go check out their website, read a little bit about them, read a little bit about this watch. If this is a watch that interests you, you guys like the design or anything about it. And if you have any questions, I definitely urge you to reach out to Andre. I've talked to him quite a few times now, and he's absolutely a great guy to deal with, very, very knowledgeable in the watch industry, and I am sure that he could overcome any concerns or thoughts that you had, if any, about this watch, and he would definitely be happy to set you up with one. Personally, for me, I'm extremely, extremely excited to get this watch on my wrist, simply because I don't have anything in my collection right at the moment that is just like this. All right, guys, so that was the Vesuvio model from APH Toscano Watches out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Guys, I encourage you to check out the description below. I'll post up a link to this watch and to the watch company itself. Just a really, really neat design. It's something that is not mainstream. It's something that you wouldn't see on everybody else's wrist, and that's one of the things that I think is really cool about it. The other thing that I think is really neat about this watch is the stylings behind this watch almost give it the ability to wear it in multiple settings. This is a dive watch, however, just because of that dial styling and that brushed case, I could see this watch fitting right in a casual setting or a business setting without any issue whatsoever. Anyway, guys, post up in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think of this watch or if you have any questions about it. As always, if you want to see what's on my wrist on a daily basis, don't forget you can follow us on Instagram at instagram.com/watchaddiction.us. Thank you guys and have a great week.